What's up guys, Lo here, EM3 Strength and Conditioning, and I am right here at the Canal Park in Northampton. I'm going to start making a series of videos of different parks you can go to and different activities you can do at the parks, because there are a lot of parks in the area and they all have like little workout stations you can do, or even if there's a jungle gym, you take the kids to play. There are ways you can use that to help you improve your fitness, or even keep you a little busy out in the park other than going for a walk. Although I wouldn't recommend it while running, because it is very, very tiring. I've done it, it's very tiring. Bless me, thank you everyone. So here we are at the Northampton, like I said, Canal Park. We're at the one with the 3 stations. So over here, it's a high jump bar actually. So here, if you come here, right, if you look at it, if you don't know what this is, it's actually for a high jump. All right, so this is like low, medium, and high jumping. All right, and then over here we have the push-up bars. All right, very cool, very cool. And then over here we have like a sit-up station. All right, excellent. So what we're gonna do is show you how to use them, right? And then also how we can get a little creative on these 3. And then once I do a couple exercises here for you guys, I'll show you some other stuff we can do. Now, the issue with these, especially these kinds of things like the high jump and the push-up, is it does require a certain amount of skill in order to get it done. You're outside, so things are hard. Everything out here can probably hurt you, so you have to be careful. If you don't feel comfortable doing them, then don't. But I'll come up with some things we can do that maybe everyone can. All right, so first one we're gonna do push-ups. Low bar, high bar. All right, the lower you go, the harder it is. Get a nice good grip. All right, I always say put your chest on the bar first. That's how you know your position's gonna be right. Sometimes if you start from here and you're not really good at doing push-ups, you'll start here and kind of do this, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not a push-up. So anyway, nice push-up here to your chest, pushing, feeling good, breathing. I like to sometimes open my grip. The reason I open my grip is to make sure I'm actually pushing through the heels of my hands. All right, you shouldn't have to hold on to the bar to do your push-up. Sit here, do 3 sets of 10, 15, 20, however many push-ups you can do. All right, now like I said, if you move on over here to the higher one, it's a little easier, but it's still not by much. Boom. Yeah. Again, you can perform 3 sets of 15, 20, 5, whatever it is you're capable of doing, or you can maybe set a timer. Set 20 seconds of push-ups, many as you can. Other things you can do, if you're a little more advanced, you can put your hands on the ground. Just make sure this is very dry chips, wood chips, not even necessarily mulch. So just make sure, because they are sharp, just make sure you're not going to give yourself some, what are they called, splinters. So you can get elevated feet. All right, nothing changes. The form still the same. Elbows going towards your feet. Boom. All right, again, higher feet, more difficult. So I'm gonna make myself some space here. Ooh, it's nice and cool down there. So we're gonna go up, bring the hands in a little bit more. again, do what you can. I know it's a little different when you're outside, but 3 sets, 10, 15, 4 sets, 5 sets, whatever you feel like feels good to you. So, other ones you can do, all right? You can do a pike press. Bring your feet in close, all right? You probably want your hands above your head. Try not to hit your head. It's kind of like doing a shoulder press. Again, if you are a beginner, I would say do it that way. If you're a super beginner, use the higher bar. Okay? But if you are advanced, I'm gonna make room for my hands because those things are dry and sharp. Get on your toes. Bring your hands close to your toes, as close as you can. Look behind you, and you're doing a pike press. Head down towards the ground. Pike press. All right, pike press. Feet higher. I'll get there. Feet higher, even harder. So, just to show y'all, on your toes, looking behind you, straight down. Pike press. All right, and now for my last trick of the day, actually not of the day. Boom, here. If you want to get crazy with it, you can do side to side burpees over the bar. I'll start with the hard one first. You want to jump and tuck. Burpee. Boom. Huh? That one I wouldn't try unless you're super advanced. If you can do burpees, but you're not sure about jumping over the bar, you can just boom, boom, drop down. Don't get your foot caught on the other side of the bar. High knees over. The work is still getting done, but you feel safe doing it. You don't have to jump over. So same thing with the small one, back and forth burpees. So yeah, you can do handstands on here if you like doing handstands, handstand push-ups if you can. Get creative when you're here, depending on your fitness level. So we're gonna go over to the high jump bar. One. All right, so we're at the high jump bar. As you can see, this low, I mean, even I can reach the low one, so you know this isn't low. But what you can do here is almost like a kind of like a basketball drill, shooting the basketball right on up. Boom. You can come here. All right. Even though these, the bar itself has a pretty big diameter, so it's pretty wide. As you can see, I can't get my thumbs all the way around to my fingers, but you can do pull-ups on here if you want. And again, that goes for any of them. If you can't do pull-ups, but you want to, let's say, try and get better at them, one thing you can do is hang, but you want to hang with strong shoulders, not, you know, not like you're a prisoner of war, hanging with your shoulders relaxed up. You want those shoulders to be nice and strong. Slight bend, cut like you're trying to pull yourself up. After that, one thing you can do is add your feet a little bit. Kind of like if you're doing a push press, you can use your feet here to help you get up, or at least kind of get you out of the bottom. out of the hole, as I like to call it. So if you're gonna jump and try to do pull-ups, I would do something like this. Boom. Try to set yourself down slowly as possible. You know, I can set myself down pretty slow, but if you can't, fine. But you can jump harder to get higher. All right, or if you're confident enough to jump and grab the bar, you have to get used to going up above the bar, even when you can't do a pull-up, if that makes any sense. But it's good for getting the motion, it's good for building momentum, and eventually, the less you jump, the stronger you'll get. You can take the jump out. Anyway, so same thing goes for this part, the middle part of the high jump bar. Ooh, look at me jump backwards. The hardest part of that is actually staying in the same spot, especially when the ground's uneven. And then the high one, I think I can tap it. Can I do it repeatedly? Let's find out. I'm gonna turn so the sun's not in my eyes. I don't want to miss the bar. It's pretty high. There we go. There we go. One more time. Wow, that's harder than it looks. So, definitely good. Jumping high actually really works your core. And powering your legs, of course. But it really works your core. Other things I like to do on this is traverse. So, it's kind of like doing the old pegs, but you're going sideways. Man, those jumps kind of took it out of me a little bit. So, we're gonna go up, traverse, boom. I like to turn around. You can do it different ways, sideways, kind of like you're climbing up a rope. Also, you could jump, burpees, tap, do a burpee. I already did enough. And always get creative. You could actually probably spend a good half hour in this little section alone. Let's go over here to the sit-up section. Okay, so this is the sit-up station. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. According to the picture, you know, hook your feet here, but my toes barely touch. I mean, I don't need them, but it is comfortable enough. Even in the sun, it's not that hot. Although I do have a shirt and whatever on. Is it the most comfortable? No, but it does not feel like laying on something metal. So, sit-ups like that. If you have bigger feet, if you're a taller person, your feet will fit under the bar. You can do a couple different ones here. Except the sun's in your eyes, but whatever. Okay, you can do leg lifts if you want. You don't have to hang on, I don't, but if you need to, hang on. All right. You can do full motion into plow. You can do hip ups, especially if I'm holding on, boy, I can't get my hips up real high, but even if you just boom here, when you do these, the point is to put your hips down softly. Don't bang them down on the floor. Whoop. Go as high as you can. Good. Go into dragon or whatever. Flutter kicks. Oh. And you can also do push-ups. Push-ups. Now, get a little creative. Along with all those, you could do a whole bunch of core stuff here, but you can also do step-ups, box jumps, you can even do side overs, or yeah, side overs. All right, so that's just this little section. Again, once you come here, spend some time here, you can get creative and do whatever you want, really. So let's move on to the next section. All right, so we're at the next part of the park section, exercises here. I would say it was about 100 yards or so. Nice light jog in between would be nice. If not, a walk. If you're on your bike, you know what I mean. If you get on your bike and ride here, it's probably more of a hassle to get on the bike and back off it. Anyway, so this is actually, call it maybe a unique piece of equipment. Excuse me, but it's actually climbing up and over. So according to the instructions, up and over, boom, climb back, up and over, which is actually, the getting your feet around is harder, you know. You could do push-ups on the ground. You could probably do some like leg lifts. I wouldn't recommend it because of the bars against your back. It won't feel good. That's why I'm not gonna do it. And then you can also do what they call flags or whatever. This thing, I cannot do it, but I will attempt. So please don't laugh. All right, here we go. 3. That was terrible. Hold on. I don't practice those often, but something I could work on, right? If I wanted to. Oh yeah, so then we're gonna get up and turn around right here. So we have the balance beam. This is something I'm also not good at, but we'll give it a shot. Boom. Boom. Okay. All right. Again, push-ups. You can do jump over, side-to-side burpees. Oh, here's a good one you can do on here too. Some dips. All right. If there's anything else you think of that you can do on here, try it out. As long as you feel good, as long as you feel safe and confident and comfortable enough doing it. So we're gonna turn around here. We're gonna do monkey bars. I will admit, these are really close, so it makes it hard to traverse, to go through them. You really have to keep yourself in this with your arms bent. So I'll show you what I mean. So see what I'm saying? So you have to stay in kind of like it's a little uncomfortable. It's not like when you're at a Spartan race where they're real far apart. It's almost more comfortable when they're far apart. Now, these bad boys, there's a ton of exercises you can do on here. Most of them I would say is at the advanced level. So for instance, if you can't hold yourself up, then you're not going to be able to do most of these exercises. But you can still jump, tap, try to hang, pull-ups, mountain climbers, or bicycles, leg lifts. What else?
The crunches. When we crunch the sides.
Oh, says the one holding the camera, right? So, crunches. Get your feet all the way up. Whoops. Anyway, what else? Oh yeah, so we got wipers. What else? Oh, one of my favorite ones. So, come over here and you get that profile.
Hold on, I'm coming.
That's alright. And he's on crutches. So, I've got like, these are like jackknives or something like that. A little bit of momentum. Let me catch my breath. Something like that. So again, 3 different stations in one station, Northampton Canal Park. We're gonna hit that next one. Here we go. All right, so this is a classic. This is the parallel bars. They have these everywhere. This is probably one of the ones they have at every park, and usually this and the what do you call it? The pull-up bars. Let me bring you guys a little closer. All right. Now again, just like when you were in elementary school or whatever, you can traverse these. I'm not going to traverse these simply because yeah, I'm not going to be able to go that far, but you know what it looks like. One of the things you can do though is of course hold yourself up, right? Plain and simple. If you can't get yourself up, all right, give yourself a little jump. See how long you can hold yourself, and then release your elbows before you get too tired. Otherwise, you can damage the elbow. So you can hold yourself up. You can do dips. You can lean forward. Do dips. What else can you do? Oh, you can do L hangs from down here. Oh, I'm already on the ground, so I can't do it. But if it's high enough, you can hang. All right, if you can hold your feet up, I can cross my feet. Sorry, you're gonna see the bottom of my feet, but cross your feet. You can pull yourself up all the way down. All the way down. One more time. You can pull yourself up and hang. What else can we do on here? You can swing. Okay, yeah, that one's fun. Just make sure your hands aren't too sweaty, because you will fall. So yeah, the parallel bars. Again, you can traverse up and down. You can do dips on both, dips on one. Let's take a look at this. This is my super arch nemesis. The balance beam. Oh God, I'm just not good at this. But I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, I'm taking you with me. Let me try that again. See if I put it down to my feet. Okay. Whoop. I can't do it because my arms aren't out, so let me try it again. This way. Guess it's easier when you go across that way. All right. I think there's a pull-up section, just the 3 typical pull-up bars. I'm not gonna go there because, first of all, holy shit, I didn't think this would get me this tired, which tells me 2 things. 1, I didn't bring any water. 2, I need to do this more. So I'll be doing more of this. I hope I see you at your nearest park at EM3 Strength and Conditioning here at Northampton Canal Park, doing a couple of the fitness stations that are actually more difficult than I thought. So give it a shot. Tell me what you think.